Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, teachers and trainers, professors and professionals, advocates, advertisers, administrators, and advisors. The most honorable President Modi ji, respected ministers and doctors, honorable parents, affectionate sons and daughters, I, Dr.RK from USA, heartily all of you. It is really nice time, nice place, nice action, listening with 100% presence, sense of mind. Dear friends, all of you belong from the different field of science, religion, spirituality, arts, commerce and engineering. In this present time, if we describe our Indian economical, political, social standard in the ruling of present Prime Minister Dr. Modi is really praiseworthy, appreciable and admirable. Internationally, whenever, wherever our present Prime Minister visits throughout the world, it is historical, a great record of the past. It is our Indians' traditional and pastoral strategy that we believe in the past, and it is rightly said that our present lies in the past. Undoubtedly, we believe in the recreation, reoperation, reformation of the worldly issues. History is the evidence of all these things. Whenever the world is in conflict, whenever international countries face contradictory situations, then our India plays a great role by being the King of Kings, Lord of the Lords, God of the Gods, Scientist of the Scientists are created by this Indian land. Our every citizen of our nation believe in the oneness, equality and unity, which is the greatest superb principle of the Lord in creating this universe. In the chapter of the Genesis, in all the holy scriptures of the Holy Land, when we go through these scriptures, basically, we believe in these teachings, our basic fundamentals of the body and universe have the existence of Lord. We feel the presence of Lord in air, fire, soil, sky and water. Even where there is no availability of these five elements, we does feel the existence of Lord, which is the peculiar and matchless quality of our nation. Throughout the world, we are known as initiator, beginner, starter and founder of the different religions, caste, color, creed, language, sex and all that. And even in the field of agriculture, industry, means of transportation, means of communication, in all the sectors of economy and in service sector, our India is the first. We are the generator, creator and founder of all the online programs that today all the world is entertaining and using at their home. Our India is providing full facilities. Our India is performing at the world level. Later on, we see that we have created a number of skills, styles, standards, manners in the different fields of the life. For creating a different lifestyle in the world, we have played a great role in performing, in improving, in reforming in all the sectors of health, education, security, and in defense. Our present modern technology, electronology and digitology, which is being used by every villager of the Indian people, all class of the people, whether they are old age people, youngsters, children, all are involving and using the fundamentals of our technology. They have become more advanced in transactions, and all over the world our India is the greatest user of transactions by having 40% highest rate of users in India. In the field of initiators, we have the great startups. We have the highest startups in the world. In comparison to the past, in the presence of Senator Modi ji, really we are initiating advancements in the different fields of science and technology. Our Indian land is known as the land of unity and diversity, and we worship our land. We believe in the superb nationalistic and patriotic feelings of the humanity. And we are the strong believer of our culture. We worship our land. We worship our motherland through the different words of praise. In the different religions, we read that there are different type of words which are ever created by the starters of the different religions. Those who spend their maximum time with nature, nature became their teacher, doctor, messenger, and they spent their maximum time with natural activities. Nature filled them with the highest qualities of life. So dear friends, it is our first prime duty to be friendly with the nature by having the great thought of religiousness. If we think our land is the pious, pure and sacred in the whole world, all over the world, then we must keep our surroundings neat and clean. We should make free our atmosphere and environment from the pollutants. In this present time, our present Prime Minister has gone to Japan journey. This journey is the symbol of a great relativity and connectivity at the international level, economically, socially and politically. In the ancient time, we study that Japan in 1945 became the victim of bombardment through Americans, and there were two important metropolitan cities, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. 6 August and 9 August 1945, they became victim, and all the generation after that became handicapped. But after all, they are the strong believer of God. They believe, they feel the presence of Lord in the nature, and they accept it, the God's will, win and skill. They would not go against the will of God, wish of God. So ultimately, Japan became the greatest nation. Still now, it is the great nation with the Indian international strategies. It has a good relations economically, socially and politically at the basis of commerce, technique, technology. These things are the national heritage of Japan. Our India, which is known as the greatest superb nation in the field of spirituality, in the science and spirituality, we have the first rank in the world, whether our nation is developing nation. Time to time, our nation has felt a great challenges, problems, but our Indians, those who believe in the nature, those who believe in the presence of Lord, and they have the words for the repetition of the Lord, repetition of the words that make them able to feel confident in all the professions and skills. On the basis of skills, we have faced different type of problems. As other nations, neighboring nations of India, those who are getting benefits of the Indian skills, really they are praiseworthy, admirable. And in the past time, we have shared a lot of techniques, commercial activities with this country. And this country, which is on the verge of the ocean, and they know the nature of water. How is the nature of water? How nature brings revolutionary and visionary change in the common citizen of the world. And we are the strongest believer in the nature. And our Indian land, motherland, has produced number of such religions which believed in the form of recreation, reformation, reoperation. Like our Indian has created Buddhism, Gautam Buddha, who born in India. Jainism, starter of Jainism, Mahavir Swami, who born in India. There were numberless religions, numberless personalities, those who born in India and spread out the message of truth of science and spirituality all over the world, which is a great invention and innovation of our Indians. Our Indians are known as the persons who became revolutionary and visionary change in the world. We believe the presence of Lord in the vast ocean, on the earth, in the sky. There are numberless principles and doctrines that we have invented in the different field of science, technology and electrology. But still, our India has the wonderful ranking in all the fields of sports, health, education, industry, agriculture. So dear friends, whenever we get up early in the morning, it's and prime duty to get up early in the morning between 2 to 5, which is decided by the science that the nature give us a lot of oxygen at this time. For the learners and scholars, especially those who are studying different type of education innovatively and inventively in the different universities, then this nature fills them with a great encouragement, motivation, and it becomes their physical force, mental force and even spiritual force. Dear friends, it is written in our whole holy scriptures of the Holy Land that soul power or spiritual power. How do we create this soul or spiritual power in the world? It comes by the repetition of the holy words of God. It is written in all the holy scriptures. And these are the experiences and experiments that we have collected in our history. Wherever we visit throughout the world, everyone knows this thing, that our Indians are the first in providing the spiritual values, social, national and patriotic values of our holy land. So dear friends, we are not to spend our time in this materialistic world uselessly and meaninglessly, but we should pray the Lord, we should admire the worldly varieties, diversities, adversities that we have around us in the form of different color, size, shape, figure. We have around us numberless varieties. Who is the creator of these varieties? Who is the creator of these different sizes, shapes, figures and colors in the world? That is our nation. Because of being the most spiritualistic nation of the world, at the international level, at the world level, where there is conflict between the developed nations, and our India plays the role of a mediator by being the greatest spiritualistic nation. In this scenario, our India is the highest valued nation in the spirituality for providing the lesson of oneness, humanity, because of its moral, spiritual, ethical values. We are known by humanistic, sympathetic, compassionistic values. Our motherland, which is evergreen. Numberless people came in India, and this Indian land has welcomed all, even bottom to top, root to fruit. We are known by our hard and smart works. Whether many inventors, doctors, scientists, innovators have gone from this land in the USA, European nations, for earning materialistic goods, but our addressing, realizing them that they belong to the nation of Indian air, fire, soil, sky and water, and they must try to remember, and they must inspire and grace the worldly people for visiting our nation which has become tourist place for the foreigners, for visiting the different places. Our national historical heritage, and in this present time we are creating, repairing, maintaining our past for showing the energy and future of the present. So dear friends, why a man has come on this earth? What's the true aim of the life in this world? We must learn from this nature. This nature never beat, feed, defeat, cheat and deceive us, because nature has numberless qualities, virtues to fill in the human beings for making us higher in the spiritualistic, ethical and moral values. Our Indian economy, which is the agriculturist economy, and we spend maximum time with the natural activities, agriculturistic activities. And our Indian farmer believe in the organic farming, believe in the pollution-free farming, poison-free farming. That is the great example of purity in the soil. And we are the strongest believer in the humanistic values. We face a lot of challenges in this time because of westernization, because of the demerits of the Western technologies. How to use properly, it's up to you, it's up to us. If we use these technologies without any limitations, without knowing the naturalities, the natural standards of the things, then we become the victim of a great devastation, natural changes, natural calamities, that not only our nation but worldly people, worldly nations have to face. They have to face different type of natural calamities like flood, earthquake, heavy rainfall, storms, and COVID like pandemic. Our history says that whenever such type of drastic situations are faced by our nation, then our nation becomes a great warrior and we get the winning. By being a winner, we have taught to the worldly people that how they can deal with such kind of irremediable disease. What is the greatest and figure of a winner? A winner is he. Winner, what is written about winner? Winners don't do the different things. They do the things differently. Means that their style, standard, manner, skills are different. Obviously, but they have the same standard, the same materials with them, but how to use, they know the best. They know through the best way, through the proper way, how to use prominently, particularly, especially the things. So dear friends, our India, our nation in this present time is really growing, but we are to take the lesson from some celestial bodies in the morning time from the rising sun, which make us able to have a lot of energy in our physical parts of body. When we feel this principle of the nature about which our Vedas, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata strongly claim that these are some of the natural celestial bodies, but these are in the form of one, and by the oneness, by the unity, by the centralization of energy, these things create and recreate our energy. If one sun has the power to recreate the whole nature, then how is the power of this mind? Who is the maker of this mind? Who is the maker of these celestial bodies? That is the supreme power, that is known as omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, and almighty Lord. He who is, he who was, and he who will, in past, present, and future, who has been, remain the same. There is no change. That is the immortal figure, like our soul. Our soul, which is explained in all the holy literature of the different languages, our soul is the immortal figure. Our body is mortal, perishable, likely that everything that is visible is perishable and mortal. But something is immortal and perishable, that is unseen, invisible, unread, unspoken, unwritten. How we can gain how we can gain salvation? How we can get emancipation from the cycle of birth and death that we are to face time and again to get rid from these things. It is our unique objective of life that we are to repeat the holy words and we are to praise for the blessings and grace of God at every moment of life. As our heart breaks, our heart beats 72 times in 1 minute, and in the same 1 minute with 72 seconds, it creates numberless ideas in the mind. So by the mind we are known by man. So dear friends, who is the maker of this mind? Who is the creator of this voice? Who is the creator of this listening, reading, writing, speaking, walking, talking? Whatsoever we do in our daily routine, whatsoever we are doing internally and externally, this is the great invention, this innovation. Even the research scholars must do the true research. This is the true research on soul. If the creativities and constructive things of the mind is so powerful that are creating upheaval in the whole worldly people, and we are enjoying the waves of sound, rays of light through the vibrations. We are getting all informations, knowledge, instruction, directions at home while sitting at one place. So how is the energy and how is the length of energy of that super spiritual power of light, super spiritual power of sound? So dear friends, that is unimaginative, that is really unchangeable, unstable. Nobody can imagine the unimaginable things. How it can be possible for a common man who is spending his life in the materialistic goods? Just our aim has become spending and earning, but we have not become the true researcher on the soul. Our soul, which has the higher and greater than the speed of mind. If the speed of soul can be calculated by the mind, by this human mind, then how is the speed of this maker of soul? So dear friends, this is the field of research which is countless and which is uncounted. Numberless people came on this earth for measuring them, for counting them, but they remain helpless. So it's our first duty to be human being, and humanity is our religion, humanity is our caste. It is the great religion which was broadcasted by all astronomers, astrologers, starters, beginners of the different religions, those who came time to time in the different societies and nations. Their aim was to create oneness, unity, equality all over the world, which is our constitutional right, and we are to create the spiritual standard of our nation by getting up early in the morning and by devoting and dedicating ourselves towards the nature, by keeping the standard of purity. We will become definitely higher by the blessings of God, by the grace of Lord. So dear friends, once again I thank God who is providing us valuable time for appreciating, admiring this wonderful moment of life that we are spending with all the worldly people. Life is also a journey which is imagined by our greatest scholars, which is imagined by our greatest forefathers, foretellers, free thinkers, free messengers, freedom fighters. those who came on this land and they faced and fought this war just for freedom of soul. So that is the fine example of our present Prime Minister, who is really entertaining the freedom of soul and giving the message and carrying our Indians at the international land, spending much time with the skills, styles, standards, information, instructions and directions that was earlier provided by this nation to the worldly people. How we can return to the Vedas? It is really a great message which was given by Swami Vivekananda to the worldly people in 1893 when he went in the USA, just by addressing my brothers and sisters of the America. These were the two words that was addressed by Swami Vivekananda. These were not only the common words, but these were the symbol of our culture, our intention. What do we think? How do we behave? How do we conduct? And how do we imagine others' cultures? All cultures, customs, climates that are created by the Indian land are unique, incomparable and matchless. They have the same standard, unity in diversity. So, dear friends, we must spend our time with nature by becoming common, general and simple, without any superstitions and without having any doubt for the Indian motherland. We are to be patriotic and nationalistic personality, and we are to praise, admire, appreciate this Indian land freely and frankly, without any iota of doubt. True saints and messengers, those who came on this land with a selfless purpose, and selflessly they spent their whole life. They were not interested for any personal interest in their life, but they spent their life for the welfare of humanity, for the welfare of society, for doing finer, nicer, greater, finer. It is a great message for the worldly people that our Indian land is the multilinguistic land, multicultured and multidimensional, multi-sided, multifaceted personalities we have created on this land for addressing the worldly people. Our nation never lags behind in any field because of sacrificial bodies. We have sacrificed for getting success, and the mantra, formula of success for the Indian people is the continuity and regularity. Indians believe that success means not any fixed platform, but success means continuity and regularity. To be continue on our path, and by being strugglesome, we are to fight against all social, economical, political evils, drawbacks, shortcomings that are felt by the rejected, downtrodden people of our society. But dear friends, God has given us great power that we have the presence of Lord, even in all the inferiorities, diversities, adversities, varieties. So how we can feel dejected, rejected, downtrodden? Because of our spiritual presence of Lord, He who is, He who was and He who will, in past, present and future. We have the presence of Lord, and we are to feel His energy, about which we feel that created nor can be destroyed. Then how we can feel back in any regard? We are to think better, nicer, finer, to do something better and nicer, finer for the worldly people. We are to be positive as much as we can. Our soul, which is covered by negativities, awareness, falsification, greed, erotic, and ego. That's why we feel rejected, poor. Actually, God has created us the most richest person by providing all the internal organs, and in the heart it has provided a lot of valuable breaths. Every breath has countless and priceless, invaluable moments of life that cannot be compared with anything. So how we can think back? We cannot go at back foot, but we are to go ahead. We are to think for the bright side of life, about which William Shakespeare has said that tragedy creates pity and fear. How we can say that tragedy is always bad for the people? Because Shakespeare has proclaimed throughout his literature, and he counted the blessings of God even in the presence of tragedies. Different tragedies he has presented in the English literature. Dear friends, there is no question of feeling back. If someone is criticizing us, he is our true friend, because it is written by Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, if someone dehumiliate you, if someone disgrace you, dehumanize you, then he or she is your true praiser, true admirer, true appreciator, because he or she is cleaning you not only physically but also as well as spiritually. So dear friends, what the Saint Kabir has expressed in his throughout of literature, that a person who is the criticizer, he keeps us away from natural disease and from evils. So we should count the blessings and grace of Lord everywhere, in all time, place and action. I ultimately thank again, time and again, God who has provided us this wonderful time. Thanks listeners and learners. Nice to meet all of you, nice to see all of you. Thanks God, thanks PM, Saint Dr. Modi ji. Nice to see you. Thank you.